Welcome back to Eye on the Money, and today on the show we're discussing how to build a long-lasting and sustainable business. And with me virtually is Country Manager Invest in Africa, Wangeshi Muriuki. Before we took a break, Wangeshi, you were explaining to us the basic fundamentals that entrepreneurs, that business owners have to have in place even before they embark on having, building businesses that will last. And you mentioned a very vital point of governance. Now, I'd like you to explain to us, first of all, when we talk about governance, where does having the right the right shareholders in place, having management, is that all part of governance? What are we talking about? And what is the place of good governance in building a sustainable business?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ingrid. Governance is a core component of business. And without the right governance in place, a business will not sustain itself and it will not succeed. So governance is a wide topic that is defined differently, but I'll take it up from what you have pointed out about ownership and having a board. And let me say that having a good board of directors running an organization is an important component of governance. It is one of the aspects, because having a board and the right board in place ensures that, first of all, the responsibility and accountability for decisions is not lying with the business owner. And I know that in Africa, we have that problem. And also in Kenya, if I start a business, I want to be the alpha and omega of the business. And I want to keep decisions and information to myself. Now, that is not sustainable. So having a board means that you bring in other directors. They could be shareholders or not shareholders, but the most important part of that is that there is accountability for decision making, there is involvement, and there is a structure. So therefore you start bringing in a structured way of doing things, looking at objectives and processes, and most importantly is risk management. When you have a board and you have the diversity of people and skills with different experience, it also means that you're able to manage your risks, because when you have different eyes, people see things from a different perspective. It also means that you have a strategy.
Right.
That's part of governance. You don't just wake up and decide that you're going to expand tomorrow. So decisions are informed, they are risk informed, investments are risk informed, and therefore you start creating a culture of risk management. So that is what builds into a governance structure or a governance framework. And for small businesses, risk as part of governance is the most important component as far as I'm concerned. Yes. We've got to ensure that risk management is not a checklist feature, but an integral component within the business operations. So it's very, very important to sensitize SMEs on strengthening their governance. So having a board, having a structure, having a strategy, having risk management in place, and having a succession plan. It's all part of governance.
In the same breath, Wangeshi, yes. Particularly when you talk about Africa, we're talking about SME, small businesses in Africa. We all know how it goes when it comes to, economic climate, political climate. How important is this as well in building, just enabling entrepreneurs and just giving them the platform that they need?
Oh yes, you cannot underscore the importance of the external business environment, because it's the same environment where opportunities exist and small businesses are set up to provide or enhance solutions towards the same environment. And therefore the government comes into play by formulating policies, and a regulatory environment that enhances or supports businesses. So for instance, tax, the tax laws, the regulatory requirements, import, export, duty and all that. That's where the government really comes into play, and they need to really understand the challenges of small businesses and ensure that all the policies, the laws, the frameworks do exist. And on this matter, as I had already mentioned, is that we really need the government to work together with private sector within this context of the business environment in ensuring that policies are informed, are well informed. There are frameworks to operationalize these policies in order to support the business people. Politics, bad politics is bad for business. We have seen businesses shut down because of looming elections, and it doesn't have to be that way. So we need a political regime that is sensitive also towards the economy and making decisions or acting in ways that are responsible enough to protect and safeguard businesses, and just ensuring that businesses are cushioned. Regardless of what is happening in the political environment, we need a very strategic approach as a country by working together with government.
So let's shift focus back to the webinar dialogue that's going to happen on Thursday. In a minute, Wangeshi, just talk to us about what should SMEs expect. The theme is built to last, how to build a long-lasting business. Just tell us what's in it for businesses, and particularly why is this a very important conversation to have at a time like this?
Thank you very much. So the webinar on the 10th brings together SMEs across Africa, and most important, it will create dialogue between businesses that are doing well and those that may be struggling. So it's an important platform to network, to learn, to share knowledge. In the same breath, I know we are saying that 25% of businesses have shut down. There's also a percentage of businesses that are thriving. So who are they? What difference did they make? How have they repurposed their business? So this gives us an opportunity to interact, dialogue, ask questions, learn also about how you can benefit from programs of Invest in Africa, Strathmore Business School, and other stakeholders in terms of the available support to help you in pivoting your business, repurposing your business, and building back better. We are very, very committed to ensuring that SMEs that we have today have a future tomorrow, and they last for generations, because it has been done, and you're saying that it can be done, but let's bridge the gaps. So I want to invite every SME that is out there, come ready with your questions, come ready to engage. It will be in the afternoon. Right. It is your dialogue. So we are really looking forward to it, and we want to drive this in partnership with our stakeholders. So there's a lot for them to come and benefit from. So they should be ready to ask questions. They should be ready to learn. We have business people from Kenya. We have business people from Nigeria that will be just showcasing and sharing their best practice.
Sounds exciting, and I'm looking forward to this webinar as well. I'll most definitely just, listen in, pick up a few tips. It's always a pleasure, Wangeshi. It's always a joy, and thank you very much for making time.
You're most welcome. Looking forward.
Always.
And see you. Bye.
See you Thursday. Well, that's where we wrap it up today on Eye on the Money. You can always be a part of the conversation by sending your feedback to our social media pages at Metropole TV KE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I've been your host, Ingrid Nantege. Don't go anywhere.